Hey guys, welcome back to another Transformers toy review. Today we're taking a look at Autobot Slammer. This guy just arrived in the other day from Hasbro Pulse, and he is, of course, a figure that used to come with Metroplex. So I think this is the first time we've got an actual robot form for this guy. Originally he was like a little tank, pretty much like this. It used to come, well, comes with Metroplex. And I think he just kind of fitted onto Metroplex, kind of pegged on in a few different ways and things like that, but he never was actually a transformable figure. So this is the first time that we've got that available to us. And you can see here he's kind of one of these weaponizers, so Autobot Slammer, and on the back here you've got pictures of him in his tank mode, robot mode, where you can kind of attach his gun and the tracks, which kind of look like either like a bit of a shield or like a weapon there. And then you can kind of split everything apart and you can add them on to other figures to weaponize them. That's why they're called weaponizers. So you can do that, and they've got pipes there, which is another one of the figures that are in kind of part of this wave, if you like, although it's still, is it Kingdom? Yeah, it still is kind of Kingdom. They have been sort of like slowly sort of bringing out sort of more figures as part of this. You can see there you've got him on the side there, sort of shooting at the ground or shooting at some Decepticons there, and then transforming into tank mode, going into battle there as well. I can't actually see that it says Kingdom on here, so, but it's definitely kind of falls into that in terms of packaging and everything else like that. But anyway, what we're going to do now is we'll take a look at the figure, we'll get him out of his box and see what he's like. Right then, so here he is out of the packaging in robot mode. He does come with a few accessories. So he's got this gun or gun turret, which he uses for his tank mode, and he's got this piece here as well. The gun turret can fit on either of the arms, just at the end here, and it's a nice snug fit, just slots on there. And you can add in blast effects at the end. This piece here is like two separate pieces which are kind of pegged together down here. And to hold them together and to peg it onto his arm, you'll need a piece from his back, which is this little piece here. And what you'll need to do is then, first of all, peg these bits back together. And then just use this just to cap the end like that, and then you can put it on his other arm like that, and it kind of looks a bit like a chainsaw type of thing. So yeah, you can do that. It's pretty neat. It's just pegged on the end. You can hold it in his hand as well if you want to, or you can also as well, I think in the box he actually came with them actually on his back. So you can go with the option of pegging this bit back in, I think, and then having these pegged in on the back like so, which is also fine. So whichever way you want to do it is fine. And then in terms of articulation, I'll just take these bits off so they're kind of out of the way. Just sort of wiggle them off. But these treads are all painted silver. Obviously the same for both. Same with the end of the turret, that's painted as well. All of these kind of peg on and off. which is really good for articulation. But as an action figure, sometimes it can be a little bit frustrating. This piece here is especially loose on mine, so that can come off, which again is cool if you want to do a scene where you he's being pulled apart or something like that. This bit here is a little bit loose. The colour that they've gone for plastic is kind of like a off-white, almost like a tan sort of colour. The face sculpt is pretty good, but it does look a bit like I'm trying to remember the guy from the IDW comic. Is it Tailpipe? It does look, I want to say that, but it does look a little bit like him. So he's got this great big blue visor and silver paint across here. Autobot symbol in here. Again, lots of paint detailing in here, little bits and pieces, lots of moulded work throughout. Little paint details in here, down here. There's lots of black and then silver used throughout the figure. So it's done pretty well. The head actually's got quite a bit of articulation, so that can look up like that to do with the kind of sculpting. It can then look down like that. It can move all the way around. You get a little bit of side to side like that. The arms rotate around. Again, you can pull them on and off like that. They can come out like so, and then bend like that. The rotation there. The fists are solid, so nothing there. Waist articulation all the way around, and then you get like a reverse ab crunch, so you can kind of move up and down that way. The legs, again, this is all on pegs, so they can come on and off. You can move all the way up to there, all the way back, and right the way out to do the splits. The legs can bend all the way back there as well. And there's a swivel in there as well, and then there's a rocker that can go all the way out to there, but it does kind of sort of ruin the mold by doing that. But yeah, he's a pretty solid figure actually. Like I said, the only things really is just kind of where maybe the connections aren't as solid, so if you played around with it, things can drop off, but it's nothing too hateful. Probably my favourite configuration is with the blaster on one arm and the shield. Well, I think of it almost like a chainsaw. That's what I look at it as, this kind of chainsaw thing on the other one. So this is the first time we've actually seen a robot mode for this guy, so you've nothing really much to compare it to. It does convert into a vehicle, a tank. So to do that, you see what I mean about the arms and things. You just pull all these bits off. Pull these off. Pull this off here. Pull this off here. Here, like so. Pull this off here like that. Get the head, turn it around, pop it in there, and bring that bit back. And that basically is going to be the front of the tank. So you've got that to one side. These bits here, you're going to fold out these bottom sections and then fold the legs in. So like that, like so. That's to pop them off to there. The arms are going to be part of the turret, so you'll see how they'll go, but you don't need to worry about them too much at this stage. These bits will separate off, and what you want to do is this is where you'll use this bit in here. So you want it set up, I'm trying to remember, so you want it set up so this bit pegs into there, that slots into that groove. Same on the other side, like that. So you can kind of see how this will set up. And then these kind of shoulder pieces will slot together. You should find the matching bits like that. That will then slot into there. You see there's like a little groove for that, so that will fit in there. These bits pop over the top of here. And you can, what you could actually do is you could actually set these bits up first if you want. So don't peg them all together just yet. These bits will then fit over the top. Just peg down into there, there, like that. Then these are going to peg into those holes in there. And I think at the same time, this section in here, if I remember rightly, fold in underneath. You can actually move that out of the way and do it that way. So peg these together, move this section in here out of the way. If you find that it's poking out one way, just turn it around, do it the other way. I think I had it right the first time. There you go. So that rolls fine. And then there's not much left to do. You can move this tank turret around, but there is like a little slot where these peg into there, so you can do it like that, so you can feel it peg in either side. And then this will slot over there. Actually, I think it's supposed to slot with that facing downwards, and then this piece here will slot over the top like that. And then you've got your tank mode. It's pretty good. Out of all the weaponizers, actually, this is probably one of the better alt modes. Normally they're a bit naff, but this is actually a pretty good tank mode. So I think they've done a good job with this. And all the paint comes out in here. Like I said, all this is coloured plastic, but then you've got nice paint for the tracks. All this back end is painted. The end of here, and even these silver bits on here, which is nice. You do get articulation with this, so you can actually kind of lift it up and down, kind of rotate it around, or you can just have it pegged in down here. When you do move it around, because these bits aren't really pegged together, they're just held in by this, you just have to make sure you move them both at the same time, otherwise they can come out. But that's probably the most solid, is having it just down like that. But you can move that tank turret up and down. Not so much, you can move it side to side, but you kind of have to move and hold everything together at the same time, just because there's quite a few different connections. He's rotating around here and here. You just have to do that, but you can do that. And like I said, the most solid connection is with it pegged down here, with that hole going through there, so that keeps it nice and solid. So yeah, it's pretty good. Good little tank here, and it does roll underneath. You've got a couple of wheels underneath here and here, so he does roll forward and back. Yeah, it's a smart looking tank mode, and he does, because he's a weaponizer, he's got this other thing where he basically goes into other bits and pieces to then armor up other figures. So I'll talk you through that as well. The best thing to do really is start really by just unplugging everything again. So take this off, take these off, pull this off from here, pull this off from here, pull these out like so, remove these, remove that, move this piece here, I'm just going on some of the pictures here at the moment, but looks like you have this piece here like that, that piece like that, these bits. Where's the other piece there? These pieces together like that, so that's another piece of it. These pieces together like that, that piece like that, that's its own piece. The arms look as if they're their own kind of separate pieces, so they'll just be off like that for the time being. We'll show you what to do with them like that, and then this piece like that, and then we'll look to see how we can fit them onto our characters. Right then, okay, so I've got all the bits detached. I've just kind of zoomed out a little bit just to make it a little bit easier. The figure they actually show you adding all the stuff on in the instructions is Wheeljack, but actually I've got on the box it shows Huffer, so I've kind of gone for something in between. I've got Road Rager. So one of the first things it shows you is these bits here. So it shows you really kind of like pushing them in and sort of clicking them into place. So I'm not quite sure how that's going to work with these. It shows them kind of clicking in, but I can't see. There's actually anything for them to click into. Even if you swap them around, do they match up differently? No, I can't see that there is. Anyway, the purpose of these is they're supposed to be like still like add-on foot pieces, which I'll be honest with you, I'm not the biggest fan of, but I'll do it just so you can see what it looks like, and you can, you know, choose to ignore that if you want to. They're not my cup of tea. I certainly wouldn't have them set up like that, but that's how you start off with them. I'll take his gun and his shield off for the time being, just so you can see everything. You've got this piece here, which we kind of shown anyway. So you kind of peg that onto his arm like that. You could then still have him hold his other gun like that. And then it shows this piece here plugging into the side of their arm, or I'm holding it, which this guy can do absolutely fine. I don't know then if you can plug in this anywhere else. So I'm trying to see if there's any ways that you can have absolutely everything pegged on. Yeah, not really, but there's this piece here anyway. I mean, you can, I guess if you wanted to, you could peg on the side of his leg if you want to just make sure that you're not losing anything like that. So you kind of got them kind of halfway armored up, and then you turn him round. And obviously, depending on how you have them configured, you can peg this on the back here like that, like so. And then this bit plugs on here and then separates out. So I don't think it matters too much which way you have this kind of round. And then is it supposed to go like that? Like that. So yeah, I mean that's pretty neat. So he's actually got everything armored up there. He's got kind of this full kind of mech suit kind of thing going on. Blasters up here, gun here, chainsaw or thingy here. He's got his other thing on here and these feet boosters down here, which don't actually look too bad. Some of them do look hideous, and he still holds up fine. I mean, he's leaning back a little bit, but then I can move him that way fine, and he does hold up okay. So yeah, I mean, it is quite a lot that he's got on there, but you know, he holds up fine. Yeah, so that's not bad actually in terms of like a third use for it. I think actually I probably prefer his tank mode out of the 3 modes. But yeah, all in all, a decent little bot. And, you know, I think he's, I say this all the time, don't I? But he is well worth picking up because, you know, this is our first version of Slammer as far as I'm aware anyway. So yeah, that's it. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Let me know how you display your weaponizers. Do you have them kind of arming up figures like this? Or do you have them set up as their own character in their own right? Okay, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye for now.